What's up YouTube? It's JB Tech Fanatic and I'm back again with another video. As always, I want to start this video by thanking you for joining me. If you have not yet subscribed, I'd be so honored if you would consider. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And if you want to know when the latest content is available, don't forget to click the notifications to on. Today we are back with Samsung. You know I like Samsung. I love Samsung appliances and I love vacuums. Thus, you put tech with vacuums. This is a product that I had to share with you. Now, this is a robotic vacuum. It's the JetBot AI. This is the top of the line robotic vacuum by Samsung. And honestly, it's one of the best, if not the best robotic vacuums you can buy. Now, not too cheap, really. I mean, I think retail at $12 to $12.99. However, lately I've been noticing it's been about 50% off. So I thought this was a great time to do a video and share it with you. So today what we're going to do is we're going to unbox it, talk about all the features and specs, go through setup, go through Samsung Smart Things so you can get all the smart features out of it. But the overall goal today is so that at the end of this video, you can make an educated choice if it's worth your hard-earned money. In addition to that, for those of you that own this, so that you can maximize the potential of your robotic vac. Now, this is a beautiful product and I can't wait to get started. Let's do this. Let's start by going over the features on the side of the box. Here we have the Samsung JetBot AI Plus robotic vacuum with Wi-Fi. It features AI powered cleaning. JetBot uses object recognition, a 3D sensor, and Lidar sensor to help it move more efficiently and cover more of your home. It also features powerful cleaning. Cleans with a consistent, powerful suction using a digital inverter, motor, and multi-cyclone structure. The clean station comes with this one, automatically empty out the robotics dustbin after cleaning while trapping 99.99% of fine dust. It also features upgraded Wi-Fi control and monitor JetBot anytime, anywhere using the Samsung SmartThings app. We are now looking at the top of the box. You can see that it works with Google and Alexa, so that's great. We're going to go ahead and open this up now. As we begin to open, we are first greeted with a little diagram for setup. You also have some QR codes. Everything out of the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at each piece individually. Let's start off with the clean station. First thing we're looking at is you have the dust suction port. It's interesting to me that they have theirs at the bottom. I think I like that better. Most that I've tested or used have the suction port on sort of the wall. Also, we have our charging pins. This is where your robotic vacuum will charge. I sort of flipped this on its side, but we do actually have a status indicator there. That's pretty nice added benefit. This is sort of a side look here. You can see where the cover is. This cover is going to come off. This is where our filter will go. Here we are at the bottom back side. This is where we're going to run our power cable. It is detachable, which I like. Also, you have where you can roll it up to keep it nice and flush against your wall. Since we're going to go right into setup after looking at all the features, let's go ahead and run the power cable now. Just push in tightly, make sure that it's nice and snug. Looking at the bottom, I sort of like this. This is where obviously the debris comes from the vacuum into the base. But what's nice is if it ever gets plugged or you get a big stick or some sort of plastic in there and it plugs it up, you simply just unlock this. You can take this off and clean it. I think that's a nice feature to have. Trust me when I say a lot of these sort of vacuums get plugs a lot, so this is a great feature. All right, we're now looking at the back side. I went ahead and I popped this off. So what you can do is just pop this off and we can take a look inside. You can see that we have our removable filter here. Comes out nice and easily. Great to have, great to see, well built, nice, sturdy, hard plastic. I mean, I guess all plastic is hard, but it just feels well built in my opinion. All right, so we're looking at the top. Sorry, this is sort of an odd angle for me. I have my camera placed strange here, but we have an indicator light. You have a push button here. When you push this button, this pops open. It gives you the instructions how to change out your filter. So it comes with two. One's already installed, and then it has one in the box. That's what it looks like inside. So you can change this out when it's full, really easy. We are now going to take a close-up look at the JetBot. First, let me start by saying this is a gorgeous vacuum. I've owned many different variants of robotic vacuums. This just screams quality. It is well built, it's heavy, it looks like they use quality materials. So far, so good. I'm loving the way it looks. Here you can see we have our Lidar sensor, we have our touch capacitive buttons, and the Samsung branding. What's pretty cool about this, when it's ready to, or if you're ready to empty out the bin, all you gotta do is lift up. This little panel comes off for you there. Here you have your fine dust filter. Then you have, for your larger debris, this flips up into a little handle here, and then it pulls right out. Same with this, except this one has a little push button in there. But it's nice that it separates the two, and it also shows you that it's getting all those fine particles out of your carpet or floors. Just to show you sort of the size, decent. Goes all the way through to the bottom. You can see where it sort of sucks through there. Also give you a look at this one. Little filter there. Snaps right back into place. This does also. So now we are looking at the bottom. I just set that filter there for security purposes to cover the serial information, but this of course is not normally there. Here you can see that we have our brush. Now this is Samsung's top of the line brushes. These are great, especially it sort of has that magnetic charge to get those fine particles up. And then it's laced with this sort of rubber strip on both sides. And what's cool about this brush is it's sort of separated into two to maximize the experience, in my opinion. Of course, we have our driving wheels here, great for all different surfaces, hard floor, carpet, doesn't really matter. It's gonna get through it nice and easily. You can see that we have a couple rollers here. This just helps it get around better and maneuver. We have two brush cover locks. You can see our charging pins on the back. It also has sensors all around it. You can kind of see them here. So up in the front, right here is the cliff sensor. That's basically if you have a sunken in living room or stairs to keep this from driving right on off. Another nice feature, it has sort of that same material. I would compare it to like your window wipers. This is going to make sure that it doesn't leave any dust or particles behind when it's driving over it. I like that. When we pull back these two tabs here, this will easily come up and off. So you can actually remove the brush and clean it if need be. But we also get a better look at that brush. And I tell you, I have this on one of my stick vacs. Little bit different, but it has the same material here, and it is great for hard floors of all kinds without damaging real wood. So this is great to have even for hard floors. Then of course, this is where the debris will be emptied out when it drives up on the base. It will sort of suck this up and then clean this out for you. We are now looking at the front. Here you can see that we have our camera, which is a great feature to have. You can check on your pet if you'd like, drive this around, and we'll take a look at that shortly on the app after we set it up. We also have 3D sensor, and that is actually right here. We have the obstacle sensors here, and then we have our docking sensors here. So this is full of technology and sensors, so hopefully will give us a problem-free experience and not suck up things we do not want. We still have the plastic on it here, but again, look how cool this looks on the side. Here we have more optical sensors. We have it on this side and the other. And also we have a power on and off switch. That's definitely something you got to keep in mind to turn that on before use, or it will not work, of course. So let's go ahead and power that on now, because we're going to go ahead and start setup. As soon as you power this switch on, you should hear it start to function. There you can hear it has a speaker, so this will actually talk to you and play sounds. As you can probably hear that fan, it actually said just thanks for taking care of that. Don't know why, but we'll find out. Got that nice grill there, more sensors on the back. Just wanted to give you that overall look there. Let's move on. Now we're going to begin setup. First thing you're going to need to do is plug in the base. Once the base is plugged in, place your robotic vac all the way back on it to make sure that the charging pins have aligned so that we can charge. Next, we're going to have our mobile devices ready. We're going to need to download Samsung SmartThings if you don't already have it. Now go ahead and flip the on switch to on your robotic vac. As soon as you do that, indicator lights should start to blink. As you can see, the Lidar is getting into position. You'll hear some music. You can see that the green light is on the front. It is now time to connect our robotic vacuum to Wi-Fi. Couple things to keep in mind so you do not have any problems connecting. First, this will only connect to 2.4 gigahertz. Make sure that your mobile device is connected to the 2.4 gigahertz network you plan on connecting to, that your vacuum is close enough to your router that it gets a good signal. In addition to that, if you're familiar with security types, do not use WPA3. It will give you problems when trying to connect. I recommend just using WPA2. Once you're ready, grab your mobile device, make sure it's connected to your 2.4 gigahertz, and turn off mobile data. This will sometimes confuse connection and cause problems. Now, grab your mobile device. Let's now open up Samsung SmartThings. When you open up Samsung SmartThings, hopefully it's just going to pop up Add Now. If that does not happen, all you need to do is press the little plus symbol at the top there and search the vacuum that way. So let's press Add Now. It's going to get things ready. Remember, you need to be near your robot. Now we're going to actually have to press the recharging button
to confirm
on the vacuum. You hear it just talk there. This is to confirm that you're connecting to the right thing. It must be done. So let's press that now. You can see that light is blinking white. Go ahead and press. Once you do that, it's going to pop up your networks. You, of course, are going to need to know your password.
The SmartThings app for the next step.
It has confirmed. You can see that it's processing. Let this completely finish. So you can see your robot vacuum, the white light will actually start to extend as it's connecting. So you know that you're doing good at this point. Nice time to add that I love that light strip. It just adds a touch of class to this, for sure.
Features of SmartThings.
So it says successfully connected. Enjoy all the features of SmartThings. Here you can see that you can name it. Definitely want to set it as your favorite so that you can have easy access to it. So let's go ahead and hit set favorite and hit done. Let's talk about Samsung SmartThings and all the great features that you get with your robotic vacuum. First, if you've never used Samsung SmartThings, what it is an ecosystem to bring all your smart home things into one place. Especially if you have Samsung appliances, this is a great thing to have with your Samsung TVs, phones, etc. As you can see, here is one of my hubs here. Now, we're on one of my homes and we just did the setup. So we all know that we have our robotic vacuum. Go ahead and click on the box that says robot vacuum. Once that's complete, we can now start to learn about our features on our robot vacuum. First thing that needs to be done is for it to learn the layout of your home. This is very important. What you want to do is make sure all the doors are open, that the floor is picked up, and that your furniture is going to stay in the area at least for some time. You can always rerun this if you rearrange your house, but you want it to get a good layout of your home to get the best experience. Now, make sure that, not a bunch of people are home, your pets are put up, all the doors are open, and then what you're gonna do is go ahead and hit start. You can do this two ways. You can do this where it does not vacuum, or you can create a map while it cleans. I recommend just letting it learn the layout. That way it gets, better battery life, it finishes it, and it gives you a good picture of your home. Once that is complete, you're going to be good to go. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna look at these 3 lines here in the top right corner. Go ahead and press that. We're going to hit edit device. If you want to change the name, location, or room, set as a favorite, you can do that here. Remember, if you use a voice assistant, whatever you name is what you're going to use. As an example, you're going to say, hey, whatever assistant, run the robot vacuum, and then it will do that for you. You can make that whatever you want. When you're done, hit save. Now we're gonna go to settings. In our settings menu, we start with downtime. Downtime is if you do not want the vacuum running. As an example, at nighttime, you can set it not to run at nighttime here. If you don't care when it runs, don't worry about downtime. Obstacle detection, go ahead and press. This is an important feature. You can set the size of obstacles to avoid from small to large. Small obstacles are about the size of a block toy. Big are the size of a rug. The size of an obstacle to avoid may vary depending on the surrounding environment. You also have edge back obstruction detection. When you encounter the edge of a wall during cleaning, back up slightly to detect the obstacle and back to the edge. So basically what this is going to do is go up to it and then back off slightly to ensure that it's detecting it properly. You can turn that on and off at any time. Next we have sound mode. This is pretty cool because you can mute sound effects or voice. For those of you that like voice, go ahead and go to language. You can pick lots of different languages, and in English you can pick female or male. Pretty cool. You can adjust the volume. That can be adjusted for voice or just sound, and again you can shut the sound off completely. You can have audio recording, record audio along with your video recordings. I turn this on. We're going to go over this in a bit, but this is so when you're recording, checking on your pet, etc., you can actually hear the audio. Then we have calibration. Let's go ahead and click calibration. Definitely recommend using this, especially if you're having any problems. Remove any obstacles, 50 cm left and right to the station and 100 cm in front. It can be started while the robot is charging. So it's on the dock, you clear it off left, right, and in front, and then you go ahead and hit start. It has the Find Robot Vacuum feature. This happens. Sometimes maybe it goes under your couch. This one's a little bigger, shouldn't happen as much, but just say it does. All you're gonna do is press Find Robot Vacuum.
Over here.
You can hear it.
Over here.
It says over here until you touch the vacuum itself.
Over here.
And last here we have child lock. If your child ever picks up the vacuum while it's going, you don't want them, or just pressing buttons to stop it, you can easily turn that on. Just remember the buttons, the capacitive buttons on it will not work when this is on. Lock the button on the device. It automatically unlocks when the device is restarted. Back on the home screen here, we have our modes. Clean the entire area first and then clean along the walls. You have your suction power. You have Max, Smart, and then you just have sort of the standard, which will give you the best battery life. I use Max all the time, my preference. Safe driving mode, if there is any furniture that you worry about, maybe it's antique, you can actually turn this on and this will avoid accidentally hitting furniture and walls. It's a great feature to have. You have repeat. That basically just means clean your home until the battery runs out. It won't just, think it did the whole area and go back. It will just start again and keep going. You can get a cleaning report. This will tell you, the running time, what it cleaned, so on and so forth. Now, the useful features, this is where it really gets cool. Home monitoring. This is basically like having somebody at your home at all times. It has a camera. It records with sound. You can go check on your pet. Simply press. When you press this, it's going to tell you when the camera turns on. Now it's dark. It's in here with me. We're not going to be able to see it very well. It's going to connect to the vacuum.
Monitoring. Camera is on.
So the camera's on. I know, again, it's dark, but you can actually zoom in, you can record, you can make this, blow it up and make it bigger. But what's really cool is that you can actually turn this into a remote control and drive this to wherever you want to go check.
Finished.
Another cool thing is you can schedule monitoring. So when you're gone, get notifications when motion is detected while your robot vacuum moves around your home. So you can actually almost send your robot vacuum around your house to check on everything. Such a great feature, so useful when you're going out of town or you're not home. As far as emptying the dust, you can actually set this to do it every time it charges or every time it goes back to the dock. But basically, I like to save bags, if you would. You got to buy these. So here you can see you can do it when the robot vacuum is full, it will empty, or when it's charging. I actually just do it when it's full. And I actually, if I'm in the mood, I'll pop out the bin and dump it in the trash to save room. In the bag, of course, that way I'm not using as many, but it comes with one inside of it and one in the box, so it does come with two. I get about 60 days of use out of a bag, and that's going to vary depending on how much debris is in your home. You can manage your maps, so you can edit those maps. Like I said, if you don't want it to have a room on there, or maybe it missed something, you can actually edit that out. Auto functions, you can schedule to set it to do, vacuum whenever you'd like. And then here we have two things that's cool. One, we have home care. Home care is great because it keeps all your Samsung appliances running properly. You can see here some of my appliances here with Samsung. Tells you if they're operational, if anything's needed, like on my air dresser, it says the door was left open. This just makes sure that if something's going wrong, and then it tells you if there's something wrong and you need to get it fixed. Gives you a full energy report. That's pretty nice. And then we have our pet care, leaving your pet alone. Again, we can use our vacuum to check on them. Again, one of the coolest features, you can set this to check on the dog. You can actually use Samsung Smart Things to turn on the TV. If your dog likes, the TV to be on, if it relaxes them, maybe they're barking too much, you can actually activate lights and different things using your smart home. It's just something that's unique and cool, but having that camera and the ability to actually drive over to your pet is pretty neat. You can see if I scroll down here, got all the cameras. See what Hershey's up to. That's one of my dog's name. Music box. Your robot vacuum can play calming music for your pet. Such a cool feature, right? A vacuum that can become your pet's best friend. What a world we live in. You can find your pet. Here you can see you turn on your TV. Again, you got to have TVs that Samsung TVs that work with Samsung Smart Things. But you can actually, like here, as you can see, it says turn on your Q900B 85-inch TV and then put on YouTube. Pretty neat. And easy too, by the way, just hit play. When you hit play, you can see the device it's playing on, you can see what's playing, and then you can adjust the volume of the device. How cool is that? I know I keep saying that, but it really is so cool. That pretty much wraps up the Samsung Smart Things portion. I really recommend digging in deep, try out all the features. I would be here forever showing all of it to you, but such a cool thing. Just really, Think about your ecosystem anytime you start buying appliances. If you want to have a smart home, buy appliances, buy smart products that all work together. What that does for you is it gives you just more out of each and every appliance and each and every smart thing that you buy, and that you can actually do some of this really cool stuff that we've been dreaming about, some of us that's older, or things that we've been reading about for years. So really loud things aren't always the greatest, so I always like to give you a little here of what it will sound like. What we're going to do is take a sound test of the docking station. So the vacuum's docked. I'm going to go ahead and press the dock button, and it's going to start emptying the dust.
in the SmartThings app.
As you can hear, it's pretty loud, so you definitely want to take advantage of choosing when you empty. It is going to be something you probably don't want to happen in the middle of the night. Let's talk about the JetBot AI Plus. First, we're going to talk about the robotic vacuum itself. Let's start with build quality. One, the build quality is superb. It's beautiful, it's heavy duty, and it's made out of premium materials. Truly, if you hold this up to many other products on the market, they feel like toys compared to this. Some people might not like the size. It is a little tall, so it doesn't get under all the furniture. But to be honest with you, most of the robotic vacuums that I use that do go under the furniture often get stuck under there. So it's sort of a give and take. It's sort of up to you if that's what you need. If not, you might go with the smaller variant of this product. Second, battery life. Now, I've read many reviews, and I did actually pull them up recently, and I went to actually the bad reviews. I like to read the bad reviews because it gives me lots of useful information, and I like to compare it to what I experience. And sometimes it's very accurate, sometimes it's not. Battery life is going to depend on what suction power you use. If you use max, you're going to get the least amount of battery life. Batteries are just something that will go bad over time. It's just something that will happen. The good thing is you can actually buy replacement batteries and change them yourself. They're not difficult to do. With all of that in mind, when I line this up to other products on the market, which is the only thing I can do, right? I feel that this gets better suction and lasts as long as the best comparison that I can think of. I don't like to bash other products, so I won't give you that product. However, it gives you enough battery life to clean your house, and when it needs more, it goes back to the charger, charges up, and does it again. The settings that you use, we went through them with Samsung SmartThings, are crucial to your experience. If you want this not to hit your furniture, then you want to turn on the feature for it not to hit your furniture. The great thing is that Samsung has allowed you to customize so many different options based off of your needs. I think what happens is a lot of people don't use Samsung SmartThings and do not get the full potential of a robotic vacuum. Robotic vacuums, especially this robotic vacuum, really depends on you to utilize Wi-Fi and those smart features to get the full function. If you were just to buy this and you don't want to connect it, I don't know if it would be a product I would recommend, because I feel that each of us need to tailor it to our own home. So if you buy this, definitely use Samsung SmartThings and adjust. The battery life for me is just as good as the best robotic vacuum. I say that because there can always be better battery life, but as long as it gets back to the dock and then charges and goes back out, I'm happy. I've had many that won't even make it back to the dock. I have not had that happen one time with this yet. Suction power is outstanding, especially on maximum. I love the brush. I feel that it picks up the fine dust, the dog hair, and it does a great job getting it out of carpet. And the way I can tell that, run this and then run your stand-up vacuum and see how much debris comes out of your carpet. You'll be surprised on how well this performs. Next, being able to get over and vacuum multiple surfaces, whether it be hard floor, tile, linoleum even, you got carpet, long, short. I have not had any problems on any surface. The one thing I will say, on my longest, I have a few rugs that are really long, sort of shag carpet. It really fills this up pretty quick on that. Not after it's, ran a few times, but the first time, like we went on vacation, it didn't run for a couple weeks, then it went and it really just filled it up. So I don't know. I would say if there was a weakness, really, really long carpet would be it. However, it never got stuck and it still vacuumed and the carpet looked great. Now, the next thing is just overall usability. I'm a tech person, but taking that out of my mind, thinking as if I'm not a techie person, I really feel that Samsung SmartThings makes it very easy to use and anyone can figure it out. And trust me, if my wife can do it, anyone can do it. My wife hates tech products, believe it or not, and she has no problems with it. The overall appearance, it's gorgeous. I love the look of this thing. Everybody that sees this, they say it's, like Star Wars character or something, but awesome. But let me tell you something. Besides performance, great, look great. What really does it for me with this product actually is the camera. The ability to check on your home, pets, etc., drive around, it's outstanding. Ring has a new drone camera for the in-home. It's not fully released yet. Same idea, except you're gonna get around with your robotic vac. You might have issues flying a drone in your house. So that is a feature that just separates this. It's like a done deal with that feature. It's just outstanding. Then we come to our base. Few things. We have one, the ability to empty out the robotic vac. This does a great job also here. And again, I allude that to that it has the place that it sucks it out on the bottom. Now this is a pretty heavy device, so when it backs up onto the dock, it opens this up and it sucks the debris out. Most of all my other vacuums, in fact, all of them that do have a base, sucks it out from the back. Constantly, I have sticks getting stuck and plastic. That hasn't happened with this, but having said that, I haven't picked up as much plastic and just weird pieces with this either, and it's because this does such a better job sensing things on the ground than some of the other ones do. So the dock is great. Now there is a complaint about this dock that I do have, and that is that it has removable bags. I don't like that. I know a lot of people have really bad allergies and that's helpful. I understand that, but I think that you could definitely make a sealed hypoallergenic or whatever you're going to call it container here without using bags. That way I don't have to purchase anything else, which I don't want to do, but it's not a deal breaker, but I would have liked it to be bagless, but it's not. As far as it being able to change the bag and the use, it's an easy process, right? Couple clips, pop it out, done, put it in, ready to go. So that's great. I like, again, on the bottom here, that if you do get anything stuck, you can actually see it in the track there, and you can actually release this track and clean it out. Or if it just gets gunky or smelly, you can clean it out. That is a great feature. When it docks, it's a little loud, so don't do this when you're sleeping, definitely. All in all, I have to say this, and this is being honest, Out of all the robotic vacuums that I've tested, that I've used, this is by far and away the best robotic vac on the market. I highly recommend it, especially if you can find it on sale. If I was to rate this on a 1 to 10 scale, I would give it an 8. Now listen, I know you're saying, why not a 10? Because two things. One, I don't want the bag. And two, I just wish there was a way to make a good 2-in-1, meaning the ability to mop and vacuum. And I know there's lots out there. I have one, but no one's figured it out yet. They just do mediocre at both instead of excel at both. The day that this can do both and do it very well, that'll be a 10 for me. But out of every other one out right now, in my opinion, I know this doesn't mean anything, this is definitely the one I recommend.
I got some crackers here. I'm going to crunch up some crackers, put it in front of the vacuum and see how it performs. This carpet, it's a rug, it's very long. Typically, robotic vacuums do not do a good job in this room. So let's see what happens. All right, as you can see, I took one of those crackers, crunched it up, put it in front. Now I'm just going to press the go button and see what it does.
Resuming cleaning.
Be difficult task. Be honest, it took about 7 passes. It hit it from each different way. It got most of the debris up. Just so you know, I can use my stand-up vacuum. It doesn't matter. This carpet is very difficult to get it out of. I'll just go over it and over it each and every way. So that's actually pretty good performance. In addition to that, I wanted to remind you, I have this on the lowest suction setting. Okay, quick carpet test. I took some crackers. I sort of embedded them in the carpet. Let's zoom in here so you can see. I just picked this vacuum up off the charging base so it doesn't know where it's at. We're going to let it do a pass and see how it performs. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the go button.
Starting to clean everywhere, including no-go zones.
It's going to try to find itself. Took a couple passes, but as you can see, cleaned it all up. Again, this is on the lowest suction. So honestly, for being on the lowest setting and having those embedded crackers, it got every little piece. As you can see, it's all gone. So took a few passes, but it eventually got there and it kept going back until it was done. And again, I just picked this up and placed it. So overall performance has been very well, even on carpet.
That wraps up my review on the all-new Samsung JetBot AI Plus. This Wi-Fi robotic vac is something that I highly recommend. It's gorgeous, it works well, and it's easy to use. This is a product that should last you for years to come. If you can buy an extended warranty, since it is a little bit pricey, I highly recommend doing that to ensure that you have a warranty 3-4 years. That way you get the max out of this for many, many years, and then you get sort of your dollar's worth. It's always a good idea with something like this that's going to be going all the time and putting in the work to make yourself feel a little better. Grab the extended warranty. That way all the questions are off the table and you can just enjoy your beautiful, powerful robotic vac. As always, I'd like to slow things down for a moment and remind you life is so short. Don't forget to love your family, love your neighbors. Go out today and do a small act of kindness for someone. It is amazing how the smallest act of kindness can really change someone's day. The world is a complete mess right now, and the only people that can change it is you and I. Remember, I do YouTube for you and you only. If you need me, you can come follow me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at JB Tech Fanatic. I will try to help you in any way that I can. If you have questions about this product or any other appliances or tech, I will try my best to help you out. Best place to get in contact with me is in the comment section. I want to invite you to subscribe one last time. I'd be so honored if you would do that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I can't wait to talk to you in the comments and see you in the next video. And until then, I'm JB Tech Fanatic and I'm out. Peace.